Taiwan, modern, progressive, and moving fast forward with the 21st century. But there are two worlds in Taiwan. One, driven by the forces of technology, and the other, a world of timeless, invisible forces of the spirit realm, the universe, and nature. Sometimes complementary, sometimes in conflict. These two contrasting worlds come head to head as we try to separate what is myth and what is not, with three mysterious tales from Taiwan in Asian Enigma. The gods are out on parade in Taiwan. Taiwan is a Taoist society. In its purest form, Taoism is a religion that does not embrace the worship of a god entity. Instead, Taoists believe that the material world is surrounded by unseen spirit entities, natural forces of the universe from which all that we know and experience emanates. But the Taoism practiced by most Taiwanese is heavily influenced by age-old folk beliefs and is a colorful spectacle featuring an impressive pantheon of deities and spirits, some malevolent, others benevolent. For centuries, the Chinese have sought to communicate with these deities for advice on mortal matters. It is said that almost 3,000 years ago, a mysterious ritual of talking to the gods appeared on the scene. According to legend, this ritual was practiced by members of royalty or those of high station to find solutions to pressing problems. The problem at hand was meditated upon in prayer outside a special chamber. Within this chamber, a scroll of paper, brushes, and ink were prepared in anticipation of an answer. The chamber was then vacated and sealed to ensure no human presence in it. Then they would wait for a sign that a passing deity or spirit had answered their prayers, usually the sound of a tinkling bell. Once blank scroll of paper was then found to carry a message written by an unseen heavenly force. Old traditions die hard in modern high-tech Taiwan. In this Asian economic powerhouse, the trappings of success in the material world are matched by Taiwanese society's fervent respect and reverence for the invisible forces of the spirit world. Asking the gods for advice or predictions about the future is part of everyday life. Otherworldly advice is sought by people from all walks of life. It doesn't matter what their status in society is, what they do for a living, or how educated they are. Some are people like Xiao Yi-kun. He is the face of modern Taiwan, a rational, scientifically minded biotech businessman who doesn't make a move without consulting the gods.
如果有遇到一些自己无法处理，都会跟这边的我们讲顾问，我都把它当 consultant 来看啊。这次主要是问我成立的公司，初创，我想问问我的公司初创啊之后的这一年的气运如何。
五金
Xiao seeks divine advice by means of Fu Luan, or planchet divination. This ancient method of divination is said to have evolved and survived over almost 3 centuries. Having meditated on the question on his mind, Xiao waits for a response from the gods. This response is channeled through a medium holding a forked piece of wood called a stylus. Its end is placed inside a shallow trough of sand. Legend describes the earliest form of planchet divination or flying divination. A stylus is suspended from the beak of a phoenix-like bird called the luan. This mythical bird was said to function as the medium for the messages from the spirit world. It is believed that in time, mortal mediums replaced the luan. Through them, the gods would give advice to devotees. An invisible force moves the stylus, scratching out character after character in the sand. The medium's role is merely to be a conduit for the spirit force. Working through the medium, it is believed that spirits or deities provide devotees with the answers they seek. When the answer is complete, it is recited to the devotees.
过去所问的问题啊，他所给我的一些建议啊，其实在事后都得到很多的验证，不只是我啦，包含我的很多朋友、企业界的朋友都会来到这边，寻求他们的一些解答。8月中旬的时候，公司会有贵人的出现，啊，那我也期待这个事情的发生啊。那也提到了，就是现在目前事业是初创之机，那也要能够多花时间呢，不要虎头蛇尾啊，在这一部分。但这些话对我来讲是蛮中听的忠告啊。
But is this really a case of wisdom transmitted from the ethereal realm? Are these etchings a sign of an invisible spirit communicating with the faithful? Or is this all the handiwork of mere mortals? The Taiwanese take their religion very seriously. Shrines and temples dot even the busiest streets of the most modern cities. Each of the many deities available to the Taiwanese have their own specific responsibilities. Some of these deities are wise and benevolent, while others demon-like and belligerent. Devotees pray to them for blessings and protection, but not every devotee has the gift of being able to listen when gods talk back.
我名是邵文，本人就是高雄市文化院主持兼院长，加入这个宗教以后已经是有43年。政府的官员出来议员规定来问这个经济问题啊，问啥问题种种都有嘛学界来问这个学术上的种种的拢有安尼。
Master Taiwan believes he's a channel to the spirit world, recruited for the job by the gods themselves. While suffering from a serious illness in his 20s, Taiwan had recurring dreams of Chinese deities urging him to walk the path of the medium and to begin his journey at a specific temple. Taiwan, then a skeptic, resisted. But the hand of fate, he believes, was too strong, and he found himself at the door to this temple.
边仔是咧上经，我因咧上经，我就心内就甲唱歌就对，我就甲唱了20分以上有啊，要到半点钟有啊，一直唱一直，心内一直无力就对啦，要甲伊放离开就对啦，自然一直开始，就咱写字一直写出来对啦，安尼。
Taiwan's journey into planchet divination came in distinct stages.
第一初步就以这个第6感来写出，进一步就是人讲在修道上讲有耳通，你伫迄个静下来，你的耳根真有听到声音，你甲依照这个声音写出来。第四步最高的就是讲，你人你的本灵，你的灵。 完全脱离你的身体，这个身体甲照心灵来用。
As popular as planchet divination is in Taiwan, it is not without its detractors. They believe that these two-way communications with the spirit world are in the hands of the men who wield the stylus. Fiction more than fact. This is what Zhang Shen believes. He is a devout Taoist who questions the authenticity of planchet divination and the claims of mediums.
服鸾跟这个做鸡童是相同的，往往有不少的，它并不是属于真实的。过去也有很多，包括我们的主管官员呢，跟我们都谈到这种事情，它其中有真有假，甚至利用宗教在行骗的行为。一个开放的社会，什么情形都可以存在，像这种事情的存在，在我们以教会的立场来讲呢，我们对这种并不是非常认同的。
Taoist purists like Zhang Shen may not accept planchet divination, but support for it comes from an unlikely quarter, the engineering faculty of the Taiwan National University. Here, Professor Li Shizhen has since 1999 been conducting scientific research into the phenomenon of ESP, extrasensory perception. In his experiments, Professor Li's subjects use only their fingertips to read Chinese characters, written on pieces of paper or aluminum foil. These are then placed inside two opaque black bags. Professor Li measures fluctuations in body temperature, blood flow, electrical and brain activity in the subject. One of his subjects, a young girl, was able to identify the hidden characters with a remarkable 90% accuracy. The experiments continued, but this time the professor used a Chinese character for a religious figure, Buddha. The results were intriguing.
有一个亮人跑出来，有个亮人在微笑，还听到有大笑的声音，看到亮人在我们实验室跑来跑去，那么还有小朋友看到有寺庙啊，看到有这个亲友，就说出现了很多奇异让我们极为震撼的意象，它不再是纸上那个字了，而是看到另外一个世界。
Professor Li hypothesized that it was the subject's extrasensory perception that allowed her to see the images related to each hidden character, giving her access to another realm.
我们除现在了解的物质宇宙之外，还有一个世界，所以我们就在想呢，我们可不可以跟那个世界的神灵来同系？
The science behind Professor Li's hypothesis appears evident in these MRI brain scans of his test subject. According to Li, they show a considerable increase in brain activity whenever the characters hidden in the bags were of a religious nature.
胼胝体的后端，一般的认知科学的变化呢，最多是3到5%， is 40 times higher， 它是40倍大。
Professor Li believes the answer to the mystery of planchet divination may be explained by his findings. A spiritual medium with finely tuned ESP is able to bridge the divide between the material world and the spirit world, therefore accessing the intelligence of that realm.
那么你可以说服别人，这不是他的回答，是来自另外一个世界。当然是让你提升了，就说啊，让你在科学上你认为这个另外一个世界是存在的。但是他所讲的话呢，我们还是没有办法验证，我们还是需要有独立的其他的方式来验证他讲话的正确与否。我想服鸾也是一样。
With or without scientific support, Master Taiwan's claim to be able to communicate with the gods has made him somewhat a celebrity in Taiwan, and has kept him in business for over 30 years. He has almost 20,000 faithful followers, and sees the passing on of his divine gift and knowledge to them as part of his duty. It is not only the old who embrace this ancient practice. Even the young heed the divine calling to become mediums. And under the tutelage of masters like Taiwan, they will continue to provide the mere mortals of Taiwan access to the wisdom of the spirit world. It isn't only the invisible forces of the spirit world that are available to the Taiwanese. They also believe in the all-encompassing invisible force that flows throughout the physical world, the world of earth and sky and universe, and all that exists within. This mysterious force links mind, body, and spirit with the very fabric of the universe itself. But for those who will only believe in what they can see, science is trying to find empirical evidence that such an invisible force exists. And it's doing this by looking at some of the most extraordinary physical manifestations of this unseen force. Taiwan has some of the finest martial arts practitioners in the world, including those who have mastered Kung Fu, It is said that these amazing feats of strength and endurance are made possible by the practitioner's ability to harness and control the invisible life force the Chinese call qi.
一个骨是上是一个骨架，所以我们要练的经脉要配合骨架，要配合很稳，所以气要灌到这个八卦背部，就这样子。所以我们要练的时候，一股气要练很稳的气脉。
So just what is qi?
When you're alive, you have qi. When you cut off qi, you're no longer alive. It's a life force.
气是宇宙当中啊一切生命的根源。
Li Fengshan has mastered control over qi. He's a Shifu, the penultimate teacher of how to develop qi through the art of qigong.
我从小练气功啊，练到现在，大概也50几年了。最重要的就是完全让我们的身心呢合而为一了。我们练气呢，对我们整个大自然、对人类的这个反应跟人类的影响。 也是非常重要的。我们练气练到一个相当程度的时候呢，可以跟天人合一。跟天人合一呢，甚至于也可以跟所有的人呢都能够协调。
He knows better than anyone the roots of the idea of qi.
师父好。真正的气功的领域呢，其实在这个赫胥族，就是赫胥时期，那个时候就是从三皇以前。 这一讲起来的话，就有1万多年了。
谢谢师父。
The most commonly seen form of qigong or qi development is Tai Chi, practiced by thousands of people around the world.
Tai Chi originally is a martial art. In the beginning stage, but gradually we find it has been modified to be a popular conditioning exercise for the older population or those who suffer from chronic illness.
那一般的运动呢，它都是练到四肢发达，可是呢，它最重要的就是它没有办法练到内脏，我们的五脏六腑。 可是我们练这个气功呢，它可以练到五脏六腑。
But qigong goes way beyond the sedate, peaceful, gentle Tai Chi. Qigong can also be harder than steel, an explosion of energy that allows the seasoned practitioner to do the impossible. The question is, are these merely mind-over-matter parlor tricks, or is there really such a thing as an invisible life force? If so, why has Western science been unable to prove beyond doubt that qi exists? Health, says Chinese tradition, comes from a good uninterrupted flow of qi along certain lines of the body, known as the meridians. When we get ill, the flow is blocked and a cure is necessary. Acupuncture, for example, fine needles are inserted at points along the meridians to promote the flow of qi. Most Western doctors now accept that acupuncture works, even if they don't readily embrace the concept of qi, which of course makes them less likely to accept how Li Qi-wei gets his patient's qi flowing right. He's been a Qigong practitioner for over 40 years, and he has an unusual technique for healing. It involves unblocking the meridians to get the qi flowing. And he does this with the power of yet another invisible elemental force, one which belongs very much to the modern era, electricity.
为了让大家知道我这个钥匙啊是为了导电啊，要导到身体里面，让人家身体里面有感觉有电啊，所以我这两把钥匙呢，就是等一下我治疗用的钥匙。好，各位可以看到这个钥匙，我抓到这个钥匙以后一捏，这灯就亮了。好，我一放手，这灯就灭了。好，我只要抓住这个钥匙，灯就亮了。好，这个电就可以导入人体，导入内脏，让我们的血管通畅。好，现在开始呢，帮你调一下这气啊，和你的血啊，全身只要放松，有没有感觉很舒服啊？这个气啊，开始会咳嗽啊。这样子气血啊就打通了，啊，那手背开始动啊，表示它的气血有过，啊，气血有过，那全身的气血就开始震动，啊。
那有的时候电流会感觉到进入到内脏，就是肚子里面哈，都有电在跑的那种感觉。最舒服的就是说这个电流在背部哈，一直到脊椎到尾椎这边都有电在震动，那种感觉比较舒服。
Li is convinced that there is a scientific basis to qi.
气啊，就是一种磁场啊，宇宙是大磁场，地球呢是中磁场，人呢是小磁场。
But Li's albeit science-based explanation on how qi works is still conjecture. Finding solid scientific evidence of the existence of qi and what it is falls upon Dr. Julia Cui. She's the founder of Taipei's Clinic for East-West Medicine, which brings together the best medical practices from different traditions. Since qi is fundamental to traditional Chinese medicine, she feels it worthy of detailed study using Western scientific methods.
My purpose is to try to find an instrument that can measure the qi. If it's electromagnetic waves, then if we use the skin conductivity test by measuring the skin resistance, we may be able to tell if one Qigong master can emit the external qi to affect the weak person and to bring that weak person's qi up.
Patient Ji Wei-ru complains of always being cold. Dr. Cui has asked her to participate in an experiment.
这位是位毕小姐，我们的
Qigong Shifu Li has agreed to come in and make adjustments to the test subject's qi. If there is truth to the claim that Qigong practitioners like Li can modulate the invisible qi force, Miss Ji should feel better. and there should be a scientifically measurable difference in a body. Shifu Li applies his hands, encouraging the qi to flow freely through Miss Ji's system by clearing blockages in the body's meridian system. This in turn allows the warmth to permeate her body. Has Li been able to help her?
过程中就开始觉得温暖了，然后慢慢那个手心就热起来，脚也是，然后会觉得鱼骨在这边好像有个气比较足的感觉。
But is there quantifiable scientific evidence to back this up?
从淋巴到这个大肠到这个组织，整个的这个10个系统，全都齐齐的都在50，这就是我们人体最平衡、最健康的状态。
The changes in readings, while perceptible, are minute. While they point to the fact that in the course of Shifu Li's treatment, something did happen to the patient, it is nowhere near conclusive. But the absence of absolute scientific evidence of qi does not, however, deter practitioners from putting themselves at great risk. These are the Iron Men of Qigong, disciples of a branch of Qigong called the 9-9 Power Practice. Their dedication is remarkable and necessary for what they strive to achieve. It is not for the faint-hearted.
"平常我们练这个9神功啊，它除了在练身体，它是包括内外啊，练的是身体的体型，那么修的是我们内心，所以这情绪上都非常稳重。
The training is arduous, and the margin for error zero. Their training regime seems as improbable as it is painful. The focus of their attention, the male reproductive organ. In fact, this is all training for a special event.
这是从轻的开始练，然后经过一段时间，很长的时间才能够进入这个拖卡车的阶段。
Yes, a fully loaded truck. They have to warm up thoroughly. If not, everything could go horribly wrong. And then, the main event.
精神很好，而且他开始踏出第一步的时候，他气好像整个身体慢慢的热起来，然后再用点力量的时候啊，那个气从整个身体集中到丹田来。
It's an astonishing achievement and can only be performed once in a 24-hour period.
我拉了卡车之后，我的感觉全身发烫，然后脊椎骨感觉很舒服，我的精神感觉很好，很爽快。
With the help of qi, these Iron Men have their eye on a bigger load.
在几年之后，我们要打破世界纪录，啊，要拖这个77波音式客机。
Science is still trying to find a conclusive explanation of how qi works. Dr. Lai Jin-shin of the National Taiwan University Hospital is researching the physiological effects of Tai Chi. While the benefits of exercise are clear, he has also come to some conclusions about what qi could be.
In the past, usually they do majorly so-called electroencephalography, EEG, and find that doing the Qigong, there's some dramatic change of their EEG wave. And also in my laboratory, we have find that practice the Qi, they can calm down their heart rate. So I think that relate to the control of the autonomic nervous system.
The autonomic system controls all our involuntary actions, such as breathing, the beating of our hearts, and circulation.
The autonomic nervous system has partial electric and magnetic force to coincide with the Eastern traditional description of qi flow.
I think the effect of the Qigong may be explained from two aspects. One is from the control of our automatic nervous system. The other, I think maybe they can increase our potential.
But at best, these are just possible explanations of what qi, if it exists, might be. The true nature of this invisible force and how it works in the universe of our bodies and beyond remains a mystery. Deep in the waters around Taiwan lies another mystery. One that was perhaps written by the invisible forces of nature. An ancient, seemingly man-made wall-like structure lost to the seas. But the mystery of what lies beneath might also be found high in the mountains of Taiwan, considered the gateway to the heavens. It is believed that hidden in the mist that shrouds these ruggedly beautiful peaks is evidence of Taiwan's earliest inhabitants, an ancient lost tribe. The legends of the mountain aborigines of Taiwan speak of a tribe called the Katagalan, people who are believed to have migrated into Taiwan centuries ago. On these mountains are said to be the ruins of ancient Katagalan shrines.
我们的祖先来自于萨那塞，一个如同叶子般的一个绿色的大地。我们的祖先每次来的时候，天上都会很亮，所以我们沿袭到现在为止。我们只要祭祖的时候，我们一定到山上最高处起了很大的火堆，那么去迎接祖先。
Lin Shengyi believes he is a descendant of the original Katagalan people. Fueled by childhood tales of these legendary ancestors, he has been on a lifelong quest to find evidence that conclusively proves the Katagalan once inhabited these mountains. Once he enters what he believes was the realm of his ancestors, he pays his respects to them with the ancient rituals he was told about as a child. He believes he has discovered several rocky structures that prove the Katagalan once lived and worshipped here.
This 边的话是应该是属于祭典所使用的一个灵场。因为早期应该先祖来讲都有祭天、祭地以及祭寿，
These discoveries have yet to spark a major expedition into these mysterious mountains, something he has been lobbying for since 1992. But he persists, insisting he has found enough evidence to confirm the tales of the Katagalan are more than mere legend.
这个是一个神龟的一个图腾，那么这个是眼睛，这个是眼袋，啊，这个啊神龟的一个头部的一个结构，那么上面是一个乌龟的一个壳，本来这个是阳天，啊，阳天，因为地震的关系，所以下陷下来。
Is he seeing what he wants to see? Or are these rock formations the work of an ancient tribe who once called this home? His search will lead him back to the sea, where he believes his lost ancestors once lived.
大洪水将整个都城全部都淹没掉了，哦，那个是大洪水，哦，那我们的石板，我们的文字是刻在石板上，那么所有文字都沉在海里面，那我们的都城也都沉下去了。
Some 40 kilometers off the west coast of Taiwan is a group of islands called Pinghu. Pinghu is an ancient county, and it is thought to be the gateway into Taiwan for the first people to settle here, including, it is speculated, the Katagalan. Some believe the waters around Pinghu hold the secrets of the lost Katagalan tribe.
日本人吼有叫一个人会装水的人吼，去学啊，学迄款像讲迄石头啊，是生啥吼，啊讲学起吼，讲毋是石头，看到毋是石头，啊咱若要讲装，咱装一般装是红的吼，啊伊黑色的。伊小听了日本人有来食吼，啊叫一个人会装水的人，啊落装落，啊较早无在散素啊，较早无散素食的人啊味水吼，咱装水咯吼，有法度能装吼，差不多安尼吼，6-7千嘛。
But if these underwater structures and rock formations in the mountain truly are of Katagalan origin, the impact it would have on the recorded history of Asia would be dramatic.
假若这两个东西是真的，那长达100-200年以来，考古学者或人类学者对于所谓的大东南亚，就是长江、扬子江一直到这个印度尼西亚之间的人类活动的这个情形，要全盘改写的。
County records of some 400 years ago seem to verify the existence of such a city, describing a long brick red wall that was clearly visible from land during low tides and on clear moonlit nights. Stories passed down from one generation to the next speak of an ancient sunken city. Is this so-called wall proof of such a city? Steve Shear believes it is. He is a veteran professional diver, and since 1975, he's been on a mission to prove that the waters beneath Penghu hide ancient ruins. What began as a casual request for the diver to look for evidence of a purported underwater wall has become a lifelong obsession.
然后根据很多传说，然后也找飞行员，也找那个一般的航行的船哈，或者是渔民了，问说到底在哪个地方？每一个人讲的地方都不一样，有的是讲到这边，有的人讲到那边，到底是哪里我们搞不清楚。
Steve has led many diving expeditions into the waters of Penghu. He has found evidence, but nothing conclusive enough to prove beyond the shadow of a doubt an ancient city lies submerged in the waters of Penghu.
Then we now in the center about here.
Then we go here to under the golden nose.
So first time we're going here, along here, and where are you going to make the
hammer? This side. Or this side.
His dives, however, have unearthed evidence of what some believe is the very wall described in the ancient county records, a man-made structure now encrusted with centuries of coral.
当时我们看到的时候跟传说不一样嘛，那我也不很说好像 exciting， 也不什么，也不很惊讶，就是一个好像岩脉的东西。但是呢，后来常来几次去了解一下，就是好像那个墙上不一样，跟一般的陆上玄武岩有一点不一样。年代久了，不是说300、500年了，它这个生物一代一代的升上去，也有剥落掉、死掉的。但是把它刮掉的时候，有的这么厚的地方里面是平的。那这个里面的很多石条啊，好像是它自然的景观的话，应该石条不是那种排列。那我们认为这个也有可能，南北向啊，东西向的这个围墙啊，哈。这种正南北向、这种东西向的东西啊，在一般来讲，我们不了解这个东西。
The regularity and symmetry, the relative smoothness of the surfaces, and the orientation of the structures Steve has discovered, he believes, points to the hand of man, not nature. Geologists like Lin Chao-chung, director of the Central Geology Institute of Taiwan, believe the theory that these structures once stood on dry land is a credible one.
大概18000年以前开始，就是最后一次冰期结束以后，海水就上涨。开始逐渐这个上涨，所以在这个海水上涨以前，可能在澎湖这些地方啊，附近的海域啊，其实有可能都是陆地。
So is it possible that submerged structures like this are the work of an ancient tribe that settled here centuries ago, before the rising waters swallowed the land? Geologist Lin thinks not.
澎湖这些地方的火山，它并不是一次。它有很多次的火山作用，有些岩浆就顺着这个前一次火山的所造成的这些岩流、岩石的裂隙里面先冷却凝固，在那个地方就造成所谓我们的这个岩墙或者是这些岩脉。那这些假如是在这个现在来看的话，它有一点像人所造成的墙壁一样的。
But even scientists are divided about the authenticity of tales of the sunken city of Penghu. One discovery that may support the likelihood that the structures of Penghu are part of a sunken city lies just 100 kilometers away in the seas near Japan. This is Yonaguni, a major archaeological find. The Yonaguni site has even stronger evidence that ancient man-made structures may have once stood on dry land. Some speculate that there was once an ancient civilization sprawled across what is today the bottom of the sea between Taiwan and southern Japan. Could the Penghu findings be part of this lost civilization? Fossils of oxen and mammoth found in the waters around Penghu also support the theory that what is now the seabed was once dry land. Is this more evidence that a civilization may have existed there? Taiwan's leading archaeologist, Liu Yichang, is certain the answer is no. He does not believe these underwater structures are man-made.
被认为在澎湖的海底有一些比较早的城，那这些城呢，假若这些石头的本身 它不能够代表那个文明的年代、那个文化的年代，因为石头是它形成的年代是地质的年代，石头被人拿来用之后，会留下人的文化。那么我们要测定年代，应该用人所留下来的文化去测定，那也就是文化的遗物，比如说他吃过的东西，或者是他用过的东西。可是目前呢，讲到比较早的文明呢，都只有石头的结构，没有他们用的东西。那这是一个比较特殊的现象，大部分台湾的考古学者都没有找到直接的证据。
Is Liu right? Or will the ancient history of man in the region be rewritten by some dramatic evidence of a lost civilization hidden beneath the waters of Penghu?
你考古的话有根据可以找，可以有记载，但是希罗文明是没有记载的东西。那以我们潜水来讲的话，我看得很奇怪。
In a land where the modern and ancient exist side by side, the search for answers to the mysteries of Taiwan will continue. Because the truth is somewhere out there.